All right. Good. So let's start our practice today by sitting up nice and tall in your chair or on your mat, and then lift the shoulders up, roll the shoulders back, and release them down. And then invite the eyelids to close, and just take a nice, long, easy breath and exhale. Just letting go of the issues of the day, any concerns. Again, long, easy in breath and exhale, letting go. Just noticing the sensation of where your body is connecting to the earth. What is supporting you right now? Noticing the temperature of the air against your skin. Note the sounds in the room, sounds from beyond the room. And then just taking in a natural breath in through the nostrils and noticing how deep does your natural breath go? Or does it go to your neck, your chest, the belly? Just noticing the natural depth of your breath. Not trying to force or change anything, but just observing. And then noticing the speed of your breath. Often, if we're stressed or nervous, we tend to breathe more rapidly. So just noticing the velocity. And then noticing the depth of the breath in the body. Noticing, do you move into the lungs? Does it fill the back body? Is the torso expanded when you breathe? Or does it just tend to go down the front body in a shallow way? Just sort of being honest with yourself. How is your breath? Now, placing one hand on the belly and focusing on that area and drawing the breath in, sort of letting the breath originate, or the movement of the breath sort of originate from the belly. So as you inhale, expand the belly, feel the breath being drawn in through the nose. And then as you exhale, press the belly in and feel it release through the nose. So inhale, belly expands, and exhale, belly draws in. And notice if it feels like there's a gap between the belly and where the breath enters through the nostrils. Maybe it's hard for us to breathe all the way down into the belly. And then bringing attention to the lower rib area. And then as you inhale, just feel the belly expand, and then feel this lower rib area where the diaphragm is. Feel that expand. And then bringing attention to the upper chest. Maybe you want to place one hand on the upper chest. And as you inhale, feel the belly expand, feel the lower ribs expand, and then feel the upper ribs expand. So this is 3-part Dirga pranayama. As you relax, first the breath leaves the upper chest, then the middle chest, and then the lower. And then release the hands and continue just breathing slow, easy in-breath all the way into the belly. And then the lower ribs expand and then the upper ribs expand. And then as you breathe in this way, just taking the sound of the bell, following it to the end. Good, and then with the next in-breath, let's lift up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, lower the chin to the chest. Relax through the shoulders, relax through the back of the neck. Good, and then lift the chin back to neutral. Lift the shoulders to the ears and tilt the chin up. And then open and close the jaw. Just stretching through the neck area. Good, and then release the chin back to neutral. Relax the shoulders down. And then as you inhale, roll the shoulders forward and up. And as you exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. So let's take this really slowly. Slow, long, easy in-breath. Slow, long, easy out-breath. Just feel sensation in the shoulders. So mindful movement along with mindfulness of the breath. And then let's reverse the direction. So as you inhale, roll the shoulders back and up. And as you exhale, roll the shoulders forward and down. And then let that motion come to stillness. And now, as you inhale, bring the arms out to the sides at the top of the in-breath. Let the fingertips touch. And then as you exhale, lower the arms down at the bottom of the out-breath. The fingertips touch the earth. Again, moving with the breath. Inhale, raise up. You'll go at your own pace according to the natural rhythm of the breath. Exhale, arms down. Fingertips touch at the bottom of the out-breath. Good, and then release that motion. And let's interlace our fingers in front of you and then stretch the palms away. Lift the arms up overhead. Nice big stretch up through the torso. Good, and then slowly lower the hands behind the head. Chin up, elbows wide. Good, and then slide the hands onto the shoulders and draw little circles with the elbows. And then reverse direction. So elbows up, back, and down. Good, and then release, lower the hands down, and bring the right hand to the mat beside you. Reach the left arm up, and then look up, press up towards the sky with your left hand. Good, and then switch sides, left hand down, right arm up, press up. Good, and then release the hands down. Bring the left hand over to your right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, twist. Rotate back to center, and then same thing other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. Good, and return back to starting position. And now slide the feet out in front of you. And then let's spread the toes wide and then squeeze the toes together. So spread them wide and squeeze, spread and squeeze. Good, and then point the toes and flex the heels. Point and flex. And then circle the feet around the ankles. And reverse direction. You're going to let that motion come to stillness. And now just jiggle the legs up and down. Good. And now let's bring our right foot back by the right hip. And then lean back onto your left elbow. Now you might need a block for this. If you do, just place it right underneath your elbow. And you'll feel a stretch up the right quadriceps. So you can either use a block or not. And if you have, if it's in your practice, you can bring both elbows down to the mat behind you, but adjust. So we want to respect our edges here, not overdo. But just get a nice deep stretch in that right quadriceps. And take awareness and breath right into the belly of the muscle there. Good, then lift the torso up, stretch that leg out and switch sides. So bring the left heel by the left hip, come back onto the right elbow, and then if it works for you, either have your block under the elbow or left elbow on the mat as well. Again, take awareness and breath right into that left quadriceps. And then slowly lift back up and slide that foot out. And now let's bring the bottoms of the feet together. So we come into butterfly pose, and then take hold of the feet with your hands and gently rock side to side. Good, and then let that motion come to stillness. Let's bring the knees together and then lift the toes up, press the chest against the thighs, and then slide the heels away from you. So we're coming into a seated forward bend, relaxing through the shoulders. Again, come to the point where you're feeling maximum stretch in the back of the legs now. So this will be the hamstrings, relaxing the shoulders down. And pause right at your edge. So right at the point where any more would be too much and any less not quite enough. Relax the shoulders. How's your breath? Noticing how your breath is, and see if you can breathe into the belly. Breathe into any hot spots and just invite them to soften. Good, and then lift the torso back up, bring the feet, slide the feet up towards the buttocks. And now holding on to the back of the thighs, tilt back slightly and then lift the feet up. And maybe you can bring the feet up to knee height. Lift up through the lower back, keeping a nice long spine. And then release the hands if you have your ability here. Little abdominal work here. And then tilt back forward, and let's spin around to table pose. So coming onto the hands and knees, bringing the wrists beneath the shoulders and knees beneath the hips, and then circle the hips. So let's come back to the breath here as we circle the hips. So let's say starting at 12 o'clock, as you exhale, just bring the hips around to 6 o'clock here. And as you inhale, bring the hips back around to 12 o'clock. So continue circling in this way, moving with the breath. So it'll probably slow down from our normal sort of habitual way of circling the hips. Exhale back to 6 p.m. and inhale up to noon. Good, and then let's reverse the direction. Again, working with the breath and awareness. And then return back to neutral, coming into table pose. Taking a breath and then exhale, arch the back, chin to chest, into cat tilt. And inhale into cow tilt. Just move with the breath, exhale into cat tilt. And inhale into cow tilt. And then return back to starting position with a flat back, head down. And then taking a breath and exhale, right ear to right hip. Inhale to center, exhale, left ear to left hip. Inhale to center, just moving with the breath. Feel the stretch with each exhalation. Feel the release with each inhalation. Good, then return back to starting position, back to table pose. And now lift the right knee out to the right and exhale, lower it down. So inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Move with the breath. And then lift and hold and circle the right knee. Good, and then release that knee down. And same thing other side. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Lift and lower. Good, and then lift and hold and circle the left knee. Good, and then release that knee down. And then tuck the toes under. And as you exhale, lift the knees just a few inches off the mat. Press back through the, press into the toes, feeling a stretch in the bottoms of the feet. Good, and then release the knees back down. And again, just lift the knees a few inches off the mat, stretching the bottoms of the feet. And then release the knees back down. This time we'll come all the way up into downward facing dog. So with the toes tucked under, lift the knees up, and now press your chest towards the thighs, bringing the head between the upper arms, and then slowly release the heels towards the earth. Downward dog. Good, and then release the knees all the way back down to table pose. Slide the knees together, And then reach the right knee in between the hands and slide that left leg straight back, reaching the elbows down to the earth. Interlace the hands and then gently rock the hips side to side. Good, and then reach the arms away from you as you reach the forehead down. Take a long, easy breath into the right hip, and as you exhale, let it soften. Again, long, easy in-breath, and exhale, letting go. Thank you, Sonia, for your input. And then release the hands to either side of the right knee. Good, slide that right knee back to table pose. And then before we do the other side, let's draw a little circle with the hips and notice the difference between the right and left hips. Noticing if the right side feels a little freer. And then step the knees together and slide the left knee forward, right leg back. Good, again, reach the elbows down in front of you, interlace the hands, and then rock the hips side to side. Good, and then reach the arms away from you, reach the forehead towards the earth, and settle into pigeon over the left knee. Again, taking awareness and breath right to the point of maximum sensation, and as you exhale, let it soften. Good, and then release the hands back to either side of that front knee. Slide your knee back to table pose. Good, and then lift the torso up so we're in a kneeling position. You can get your equilibrium here. And then reach the arms forward and up. And then imagine that you got two ropes hanging down from the ceiling, and they're just going to pull you straight up to a standing position. Good, and then release the arms down. All right, so let's step the feet about hips width apart. And gently do a little swaying back and forth. Exhale as you rock forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Moving with the breath. And then press away with the palms as you exhale. Inhale, draw the hands towards you. Exhale away. Inhale towards you. Good. And now let's release and find your strap. Let's undo the strap and then step the feet hips width apart. Take hold of the strap, holding onto it a little wider than hips width. Weight balance just in front of the heels. And now slowly reach the arms out in front of you and lift the arms up overhead. And let's hold here. So the arms are a natural distance apart with the shoulder blades sort of squeezed together behind the back. And then lift up through the torso, nice and tall. Just feel the energy of this posture. And then engage the calves, engage the thighs, lift up evenly through the ribs. And then on the next exhale, slowly arch over to your right. As you inhale, lift up through the left arm. And as you exhale, maybe draw a little deeper into the stretch. And if it works for you, turn your head to look up at the raised left hand. Good, and then slowly release back to neutral. Lift and lengthen. And same thing other side, arch over to your left. So inhale, stretch up through the right side of the body. Exhale, a little deeper. Again, if it works for your neck, look up at the raised right hand. Good, then slowly lift back to neutral. And now maybe stretch the arms a little wider apart as you lower the arms behind you. Shoulder blades are squeezed together behind the back. Bring the hands down. Good, and then reach the arms back up, keeping the elbows straight as you're able. And then lower the hands in front of you. Good, and then up and back. Good, and then lower the arms down. Nice long easy breath, and exhale, letting go. So again, let's take the strap about a little wider than hips width distance apart, and then reach the arms forward and up. The arms are directly over the head, like in mountain pose. And then slide out just a little teeny tiny bit wider. And then bend the elbows and lower the strap just behind the head. And then see if you can stretch that strap, pulling it out to the sides, sort of a little tug of war with your hands. And then lift back up. And then lower the elbows down, a little tug of war here. And now lift up through the torso, and as you exhale, twist to your right. Good, turn back to neutral. And same thing, other side. Good, and then come back to neutral. And then raise the arms back up. And then lower the arms in front of you. Long, easy breath. Exhale, letting go. So now let's bring the strap around the ball of the right foot, and we'll incorporate a balancing posture using the strap. So now shifting the weight over the left leg. find your focal point, your drishti. Torso nice and tall. Left leg is active. And then as you have your stability here, let's reach that right leg up. And notice your breath as you hold the balancing pose, and see if you can just let the breath be slow and steady and long and full. Fixing your gaze at your drishti. It helps calm a restless mind to focus on a focal point. And now bring the strap into the right hand, bring the left arm out to the side, and then see if you can slightly open the leg out to the side. Yep. And then bring that leg back to neutral and release. Just take a moment and shake out. And then same thing other side. So bring the strap around the ball of the left foot, shifting the weight over your right leg. Focus your gaze at your drishti, and then lift that leg up. Again, noticing the breath. Then you want to try a little more challenge. Bring the strap in the left hand, and then let that leg come out to the left side. And then come back to neutral. Good, and then release the foot. And shake, shake, shake. All right, we'll do a similar practice, but lying on the back, so it's a lot easier here. So keep your strap handy and come down into a position lying on the back. And start with both knees bent. And then take the strap and we'll wrap it around the ball of the right foot, lifting that right leg up towards the ceiling. And then slowly lengthen that right leg down to the earth. And then lift that right leg up. Lower it down. Lift it up. Just moving with the breath. Good, and then lift that leg all the way up. And draw a little circle with the right foot. Good, and now take the strap in the right hand, bring the left arm out to the side, and then slowly lower that leg straight out to the right as far as it can go. Got a wall here, so it's a little harder here. You can bring that leg all the way out to the side. Feeling the stretch in the inner thigh. Good, and then lift that foot back up. Stretch the left leg along the mat. Take the strap in the left hand and then cross the right leg over the left as you turn your head to the right. Feel the stretch in the outer left thigh. And then lift that leg back up to neutral. And let's bring both feet inside the strap. And then release the right foot down to the mat, keeping the right knee bent. And then slowly lengthen that left leg straight down. And inhale up. Good, lower down. And inhale up. Good, lower down. And inhale up and hold. And then circle that raised foot. Good, and then take the strap in your left hand, slowly lower that leg out to the side. Feel the stretch in the inner thigh. And then slowly lift that left leg up, slide the right leg along the mat, transfer the strap into the right hand, and then cross that left leg over the right as you turn your head to the left. Good, and then lift the leg back to neutral. And then let's release the strap from the leg and just invite the body to take any stretches or moves it's calling for before transitioning into position for relaxation meditation, whether you're on the mat or if you want to move to a chair or seated position, or whichever works best for you, but just take a few moments and finalize your movements for this morning. And as you settle into position for relaxation meditation, just feel the points of contact between your body and the earth. And as you exhale, just settle into the support of gravity, support of the earth. Bringing awareness to the breath. Let the breath be slow. Just inhaling through the nostrils. Noticing the awakened energy in the body as a result of your yoga practice this morning. In her poem, Breath by Breath, Danna Faulds says, life proceeds breath by breath, deep, full, and easy, shallow or uneven. Breathing is the key to cultivating peace. Breath by breath. Choose to stay present. It isn't success you are seeking, but surrender to the flow of energy. It's not control that matters, but letting go. Allowing life exactly as it is, this moment, to touch and change and breathe through you. Breath by breath. the mind interrupts, just bring it back to the breath. With the body relaxed and the mind quiet, just noticing what insights come to you from beyond the body and beyond the mind.